Marcus and Jenny had always been entrepreneurs at heart, piecing together years of relentless effort into a mini empire. Their portfolio spanned the city, rental homes in up-and-coming neighborhoods, a handful of delivery trucks buzzing with orders, and an online store with customers across the country. Most nights, their living room morphed into a strategizing space, charts and post-it notes tacked to the walls, a true war room for their future. But that future came with anxiety. Every asset was tangled together, bound either to their names or mingled into a single, bulky LLC. The risks haunted them. One slip by a delivery driver or a broken stair causing a tenant's injury, and the lawyers wouldn't just knock, they'd bring the fire. The idea that their home, their savings, even the account earmarked for their twins' college fees, could turn to smoke in a single lawsuit held them in constant, low-grade dread. The empire they'd built felt less like a fortress and more like a house of cards in a stiff wind. The turning point came during one sleepless night following a close call, a near miss with an ice-related fall on one of their properties. Jenny, increasingly driven by her careful instincts, posed a question. What if we could make each piece stand alone? Marcus, ever the optimist, wanted their ambition shielded by more than hope. They needed a structural overhaul, not just a new spreadsheet. Enter the Great Wall strategy. Consulting with a savvy business attorney, they sketched the plan. At the apex stood the Crown, their newly minted Parent LLC, a silent owner and operator of nothing. Underneath, they built out subsidiaries, each a silo, the shield for real estate, the armory for transportation, the hatchery for e-commerce. Each subsidiary was legally distinct, its books, operations, and risks separated. Their personal banking accounts, the vault, were drawn outside the lines, firmly detached from the maelstrom of business dealings. Transitions weren't easy. Titles and insurance policies were retitled, contracts renegotiated, banks notified, state filings redone. It took months, but with each passing week, their confidence grew. Instead of one big ship, they now helmed a fleet of lifeboats. Only a year after the reorganization, the storm hit with a vengeance. A devastating accident involving a delivery truck culminated in a drawn-out lawsuit. The claim was massive, the kind that once would have spelled ruin. As the subsidiary weathered the legal storm, lawyers pored over records, searching for other assets, more fuel for their fire. Yet, Marcus and Jenny watched as the flames were contained. Legally, the subsidiary alone was on the hook. The judgment could touch only what that entity owned. Everything compartmentalized. The rental homes, e-commerce inventory, and most importantly, their personal finances was beyond reach. It was the exact worst-case scenario they'd always feared, transformed into a strictly managed setback. After the dust settled, their transport business took a hit, but no dominoes fell. Real estate revenue kept their cash flow healthy. Groceries were bought, tuition savings stayed intact, and Jenny finally slept through the night again. In business, as in seafaring, there's more wisdom in a fleet than in a single flagship. Marcus and Jenny's story proves this. Build with strength, divide for safety, and always honor the peace of mind your hard work deserves.